Hey, what's up, you all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank y'all so much for clicking play. Hopefully, you click that like button as well. I'm waiting for our video to show up properly on the YouTube channel because for some strange reason, when I was setting up this live stream, it originally said that it was going live at 10 p.m. I did not mean that. I don't know. I was tripping. Probably be this daggone hood. But as y'all enter in, just let me know where y'all from, what y'all doing on y'all Saturday. And y'all probably taking your loved ones out to celebrate Veterans Day, which was yesterday, or taking your loved ones out to celebrate the birthday of the Marines military birthday, the Marines birthday. All right, so hold on one second. Something's happening on my video. The connection was not connected. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on one second. Dealing with something going on Rumble right now. All right. Continue stream. Trying to figure out what's going on my Rumble stream. My Rumble stream is acting up for some strange reason. Not sure why, but if you're over on Rumble, my bad, guys. My bad. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? Pull up. As you can clearly see, I am hiding my forehead today so y'all won't talk bad about it because I was up crying all night long thinking about how mean you all are when you say that my forehead looked like Lester Holt. And I seen his forehead. That's all you can see. If you haven't seen his forehead, then you're blind as a daggone bat because his forehead is all you see. I don't even think he has the rest of his head. He's like all forehead. Shout out to San Francisco, California. What's going on, real black Terry? Because Terry is real black. Terry is real black. What's up, Renee Susan, suburbs of Chi-Town? Hey, Renee, I was actually invited to the suburbs of Chicago. I forgot who sent me the information, but they said, hey, if you ever need to hang out and you're ever in the suburbs of Chicago, come over. So I got friends in Chicago as well. Who else we got? The suburbs. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Los Banos, California. What's going on, guys? Make sure y'all hit that like button for me too. It would be amazing. Today we're gonna have a bit of a conversation. It's gonna be a fun conversation. So much love to you all for always pulling up whenever y'all see that we are live. Sorry to those people over on Rumble. I'm not sure exactly what happened because I had it all set up over there. But in the last minute, it said it could not connect. Not sure what happened over there. So that sucks. That sucks. I really wanted to go. I wanted to live stream over there as well. I really did, man. And then the connection just freaking dropped. Sucks. Half breed, what's going on, my brother? What's going on, my brother? From another mother? My brother from a light-skinned mother? I also have on my hood today because I'm tired of people mistaking me for Drake. Everybody keep on saying I look like Drake. Shout out to Boston. Who else we got? Ontario, Canada. We got Wisconsin up in here. Biden is coming here with Chinese president next week. And Mayor Breed is finally cleaning the poop off the streets. Oh, that's bars. What's going on, real black? All right, we got Denver, Colorado. It's VAN, not VAM. VAN, like van. I'm currently sitting in a tree in Arkansas waiting on Bambi to trot by. Oh, you got a sniper pistol in your hand about to shoot a daggone deer. My God. Hey, do what you do, man. If that brings you peace and that brings you some joy and everything, that's absolutely all right. Let me see here. So we got Dallas, Texas, we got Illinois, we got Kansas, we got my people from all over the daggone place. All right, let's get into it, guys. I'm a little offset by what's going on with my Rumble connection. I tried to connect on Rumble, but for some strange reason, it just disconnected. It makes absolutely no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. It sucks. It sucks. Because we're supposed to be live over there right now. And for some strange reason, that bad boy just did not go through. And I don't get it. I have the slightest clue of what's happening. I have the slightest clue of what's happening. Yeah. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Crap. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get it popping. Let me go ahead and close this window of from Rumble over here. And we're gonna go ahead and get it popping. Hopefully y'all are in good spirits. Hopefully y'all have showed yourself some love. And if I have, please put 100 inside of the chat if you have your military, ex-military vet, you fought in the military or you joined the military before, Army, um, Navy, anything, man. Just let me know because I want to show some love to you. For real. Much love to you for having the balls to do what most of us ain't got the balls to do. Much love to you. For real. Y'all should be celebrated a lot. Thank y'all so much for y'all service. And I know y'all really don't like to hear that, but so what? You're going to hear today. Thank you for your service. Also, somebody said that they're happy that I'm back doing a half-breed observer. I had a couple of people pull up on me, content creators, let me know, man, you need to get back to it. You need to get back to it, man. They didn't tell me like that, but in a roundabout way, just let me know that, they got my back, they support the channel, and they appreciate my point of view when it comes to this politics stuff. So I'm just going to try to move accordingly and be a little smart by how we move, guys. And just to let you know, again, we are not employees of YouTube. We are contractors of YouTube. We are partners of YouTube. And if we don't follow their rules and their laws, their guidelines, then we get shut down, pretty much. You know what I mean? We get shut down. So, hey, and half breed, let me know if you want to pull up too, man. That would be dope. That would be dope. But if y'all are not already following Half Breed Observer, make sure y'all do. Shout out to Decoy Voice for your tutelage last night. That brother is a genius, man. Every single time I have an opportunity to talk to other content creators who are killing it, I make sure I do so. I talk to them, I reach out, and I let them know, I'm watching. I see what you're doing. Much respect for what you're doing. Shout out to everyone who have fought for the armed forces here in the United States. Much love to you. Hopefully you enjoyed your celebration. Hopefully your family celebrated you. Hopefully your friends celebrated you. And if nobody did, hopefully you celebrated yourself. All right. Hopefully you celebrated yourself. Sometimes we can't wait for other people to celebrate us, man. We can't. As a matter of fact, we shouldn't. We shouldn't have to wait for anybody to celebrate us at all, man. Thank you to all of the veterans, and thank you to everyone who are still in the armed forces and doing their thing. For real. Much love to y'all, because I would never, never, you know what I mean? Somebody got to do it, and I'm glad it's you. And I show you nothing but respect and love for doing it. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, guys. I'm trying to wait until the likes get up to at least 100, man. We only got 74. Once the likes get up to 100, then we'll start the videos. But this morning, man, I woke up and our heat wasn't working. Our heat, for some strange reason, said our wiring was off. Came downstairs after messing around with the wires on the thermostat. Came downstairs and saw that the breaker was tripped. The breaker tripped in the middle of the night, and I had to do a whole bunch of troubleshooting after that, man. And we ended up fixing it with the help of some of the people from our Discord. We ended up taking care of it. So I'm excited about that, man. It's always good to have some good people in your corner to help you figure things out. Again, guys, we're gonna move forward as soon as the likes get up to 100. That's not a whole lot. I don't think it's a whole lot. Is it? When you have 951,000 subscribers, getting up to 100 likes shouldn't be a biggie. But here's what happens, right? Question, and I just want to answer this question right here. You guys feel free to answer it if you like. Do you think our videos are being seen by most of our supporters and subscribers? That's what I want to know. And how did you see it? Like, do you think that our videos are being seen by most of our supporters? Are they being showed to our supporters? Because I don't understand that. I believe that we have an upstanding um, channel. We're respectful, respectable. We try to do things on the up and up. And so Scott Forbes says it pops up on his, you know, Jorge Lopez, George Lopez says it popped on his. Gorilla Bean Popper says it popped on his. So if you guys saw it, shouldn't everybody else see it? That's how I look at it, man. And nah, I'm not complaining. I know the game of YouTube. As a matter of fact, if y'all want to learn how to do this YouTube thing, make sure you email me the word coach. And please, let me also add this. Add a little bit of context to your emails, because people been emailing me the word coach, and and that's it. Just in the title part just says coach and nothing else. Nothing in the body of the email, no contact information, no nothing. So y'all are just so literal with it. Like, you said email you coach. That's it. That's it. I did what you said. I passed the test. Like, if that was the pop quiz, I passed with flying colors. Alicia Savage, how you doing? And thank you to Alicia. She always reach out to me with new content to check out and everything. You gotta be careful though. Don't send me anything that'll get this channel shut down. Please don't. Don't send me anything that'll get this channel demonetized. That'll be amazing. All right. So as y'all see inside of the title, it says Vivek one-on-one with Patrick Bet-David. That's Patrick Bet-David over there on Valuetainment. Y'all already know, I told you the other day, if it wasn't yesterday, how I respect Patrick Bet-David and his whole platform of Valuetainment. His team is phenomenal. How he run his business is phenomenal. The guy is a minority owner in the Yankees. Patrick Bet-David is a minority owner for the Yankees, man. You want to talk about a businessman? He is a businessman. Sheesh. That's not only a businessman. This dude is a business for real. And then he's talking to Vivek Ramaswamy. We already know this dude is a self-made, almost billionaire. Probably is a billionaire, self-made at the age of, I think he just now turned 34 years old. So Vivek Ramaswamy, and I know a lot of you Trump supporters do not want to keep on hearing about Vivek. Stop talking about Vivek so much. Let's talk about Trump. Well, first of all, Trump is always going to be all right. Trump is always going to be all right. Something I want y'all to look into, though, and I'm not going to talk about it too much because, and I'm going to say it real quick, okay? I'm just going to say it once. Hopefully you hear me when I say it, because I'm not going to repeat it. I saw a video from Alex Jones. He was talking about Trump, and apparently in some states in the United States, they are already using the potential indictments to take Trump off the list of candidates for presidency. It's already happening. And I was saying this when the indictments was first coming down the pike. Like, what could they possibly get out of this? Are they trying to get him arrested, or are they just trying to use that so he not be eligible to run for president? And it looked like it's already happening. If y'all haven't heard anything about that, please make sure you go look into it. It's happening. It's happening, guys. For real. It's happening. Yeah. And sorry, y'all. Sorry, I got on this creep up on you at the in the middle of the night hood, just in case you say something about my mama. For everybody who says something about my dad going forehead, this is what you're gonna see coming out the alley. You're gonna see this coming out the alley. Hopefully you strapped. You better be strapped. or it's gonna go rat-a-tat-tat. Never hesitate to put a fool on his back. All right, guys, let's go and jump into it. I'm having too much fun. All right, let's get into it. We got Patrick Bet-David talking to our man, Vivek, and let's see what pops off, man. I like this guy. Hopefully y'all do too. But, yeah, let's go.
Why do you think they jumped ship from Ron DeSantis to Nikki Haley, like you said, the first part of the election versus the second part? She's been very hawkish.
I think it just became quickly evident that Ron DeSantis
momentum
has no. Well, yeah, I mean, he has no chance. They've concluded, I think, correctly. I mean, I think the same is true about Nikki Haley too. But it became so obvious that with that much money behind him, I mean, we're talking like mega amounts of money that have never been spent in a Republican primary before. If that couldn't lift up this dead weight that's still hanging on the ground, then okay, that's a lost cause. Let's just find the next puppet we can prop up. And, I think that Nikki Haley came out to be actively pro-war. I mean, this is a woman who calls her heels ammunition. This is a woman who, I think when she comes, I mean, I felt like saying on the stage, I'm not some third world nation that you want to come bomb, right? That's what she sees. The bombs explode, her bank account grows. That's the kind of person that says, okay, if she has really greased the wheels of her own bank account to do the thing that we want America to be doing, that's our new puppet. She has no chance, right? I mean, this woman's going absolutely nowhere in this election, but it's the new thing that the establishment has chosen to see if they can't pour the same cash that they were throwing at Ron DeSantis to prop up this new puppet. And
wow, he's saying that the Republican Party are throwing a whole poop ton of money at Nikki Haley, who he considers to be a puppet, and she's going nowhere. So it's just a waste of money. The RNC like to waste money and time, apparently, and you don't like to win elections. Exactly what are you doing? Someone tell me the strategy here, because I'm just trying to pay attention to these political, chess moves that's happening, and it doesn't seem like it's chess to me. But again, I'm new when it comes to this stuff, so I'm asking y'all if y'all can provide me some type of insight on how this makes sense. How is this positioning the RNC to be tougher? All right. And in a better position when it comes time to run for the presidency.
I think this one's worse than the Ron DeSantis puppet. Ron DeSantis, I wouldn't call him corrupt, right? I actually think he was a good governor. I think he's a good dude. Actually, like at his heart, I think his family's a good family. I think he's been exploited. I think that's actually what's happened here. Is this man would have just continued being the governor of this state and probably done a pretty good job of it. And then the establishment decided, said, no, that's not your choice. You will be the chosen one to run for president.
You don't think he wanted to?
I don't think he wanted to.
Really?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I haven't, I'm giving you my opinion on this.
Yeah.
Certain things I can tell you are hard facts. Everything we've talked about so far about Ron McDaniel on all that corruption, that's hard fact. Now I'm just giving you my opinion here. I don't think he in his heart would have wanted to do this or felt called to do that. I think he was dragged into this. And it was a form of sort of abuse of a guy who wasn't wired for this, right? I mean, he doesn't have the personality for it. I don't think that he has a personal appetite for it. I think he cares about the country. I think that he has, he served the country in the military as a lawyer and otherwise. He seems to be a service-oriented person. I think he was doing a good job in Florida. I think he cares about Florida. I think once they started putting him up to this, then it changes your mentality and you use Florida as a pedestal to then achieve national ambition. But him left to himself, without the establishment tainting him, he would have just been another of many good governors across the country. That's the right role for someone like him, or he's an executor. In some ways, people use this expression, they mean it as a slight. He's about somebody they could say he's all talk, no action. In some ways, Ron DeSantis was, for a while, all action and no talk. And I don't mean that as a negative. You could take that as a positive. But when you're talking about running for president of the United States, you have to be able to articulate a vision of who we are and where we're headed. That's part of the job.
But in my opinion, that's all Vivek can do at this moment. Don't get it twisted. I ain't hating on Vivek. I actually think that he's smart as hell. I think he has a great chance if he becomes the RNC nominee, if he becomes the Republican nominee, because Trump is kicked out or disqualified because what they've been working on with the indictments and everything actually worked for them, which I believe they're trying to do. They're trying to keep him out of the race. If they can get Vivek to actually run, I don't even think they will care if he does win at this point. But I don't believe that they will allow it to happen. And just because he articulates a vision for the future, as he says, other people should be able to. Ginger, thank you so much for pulling up and helping out. I appreciate you. I still don't think that he'll be as great of a president as you guys think that he has the potential to be. That's just me. I don't because he got to get these old stubborn folk that's been in office for a long time to work with him and get these things done. Now he can go in and operate like a dictator if you want, but I think he enjoys being loved too much by the people. Now, it may seem that he's a guard dog. It may seem like he does not care about making friends at this level, but he does. That's the only reason why he's going on such an aggressive podcast tour where he's meeting with everyone who's anyone that have a platform worth visiting. And he goes there and he sells himself as much as possible. And as you can very well see, I mean, clearly he's a capitalist. He's probably the definition of what a capitalist is. When you look up on the screen, like he's a small guy, but you can barely see him behind his books. He has his books right there. You like, buy my books. Vivek, everyone knows that you have books. Everyone know that you have written some books and will purchase your items. So you don't have to sell that. It's like he's always being in salesman mode. And I ain't got no issue with that either. It's just, I don't believe it. Like, I don't believe it. Like, he's sharp and everything. And I'm not with the people who say, oh, he's too good to be true. I don't believe that to be true either, man. I don't think anyone's too good to be true. I'm not next. Cartier family had him on because Cartier family are hot. They are smoking right now. And their channel their channel is on fire and has been for a minute now. Much love to those young guys. But back to this right here, I don't think that he's that dude. I really don't. I would like to see for myself, and I think that he will be the best one out there if Trump wasn't out there. But at the end of the day, he's successful and he's extremely intelligent and he can talk just as well as everyone else can talk. And I compared him to Barack Obama as far as how he delivers speeches and debate. But and the same thing goes for Officer Tatum. Just did it on his video yesterday. Compared him to Barack Obama. But what happens when they get in office? What happens when they get in office? What is he going to do then? So that's all I got to say about that for now.
And that's not a guy who has it. But they propped him up. They forced him into it. But I would not call him really, corrupt. I think he has to dance to the tune of his donors just because that's the way the game is played and it's the mother's milk of politics. And so he does that like any other puppet would. But the person who's actually corrupt in this, like outright corrupt, is Nikki Haley.
Really?
Yeah, she's corrupt. And in the way that like Joe Biden is corrupt.
Is that when you said you made money with Boeing board?
Yeah, I mean, if you just kind of go through the facts here, right? I mean, just like, this is somebody privately benefiting from their public service.
Okay. All right. Well, I just was corrected, guys. Someone corrected me. Alicia let me know that she says, actually, it was Patrick Bet-David that put his books out there. It was Patrick Bet-David doing the capitalist thing and saying, yo, if you're going to be here, let's go ahead and get you set up where you're straight and we make sure that we show love to your books and all that other stuff. Okay, I understand that right there. All right, thanks for clearing that up, guys. I appreciate that. I saw that y'all wrote it. I was going to wait until the end of the video and be like, oh, so Patrick Bet-David said it. You said he says it. He actually admits it at the end of the video.
Right, this is wrong. It's wrong when Hunter Biden does it. Oh, and by the way, all these people, including Nikki Haley, will talk about Hunter Biden. Interesting how that works. Joe Biden's son. She's happy to talk about him without talking about the corruption in her own family. So she's governor of South Carolina, does special favors for this company called Boeing her entire time while she's in office. After her time in public service, she has a nice little cush board seat, ready, warm, waiting for her at Boeing. A private company flies around in a private jet. I think it was some Nephron Pharmaceutical, some pharmaceutical company. I forget what name it was. I'd never heard of it. It's not even some major company, and I come from that industry, but it's some random company that's getting, I don't know what the name of it is, that I haven't heard of. It's okay, but flying her around on their private jet, making their private jet available to her, get state contracts. from that governor. And I could go on. I mean, this is just a consistent pattern. Okay, this person has repeatedly milked and done favors for people who have scratched her back. She does her short-lived, cup of coffee stint at the UN, okay? Very short-lived stint. Her real foreign policy experience wasn't her time at the UN. It was the millions she made afterwards. After she steps down, her family starts a military contracting firm, Allied Defense LLC. If the mainstream press were doing their decisions, Allied Defense should have to disclose who their clients are. I did something that no normal business people don't do. I've put up 20 years of my tax records, personal tax filings. She should put up 20 years of her personal tax filings and put up the clients of Allied Defense LLC.
Wow. Wow. Nikki Haley is getting to that bag. My God. Sheesh. You know what? Hey, I see how this might seem slimy and everything, and I do understand why he wanted to put all of her business out there, but this is a good move for her. I mean, listen, the way the government teaches you how to run business, and she is just running it the way that she's supposed to. You know what? Shout out to her and her family. At the end of the day, I don't think she has a chance in hell to be president. I don't. I think she'll have a better chance at being a VP if she were black, or being president if she were black. I mean, that's just me. That's just how I look, because, you look at today's society we're in. Look at what we're in. You get extra points when you're dark. You do. That's why, people want Vivek to win. Listen, I ain't trying to write him off at all. I saw that in the comment. I'm not trying to write Vivek off. I actually respect him for who he is. I respect him for being the father he is, for being the husband he is, for being the businessman he is, for being the politician he is. I respect all of that, but I can still have my doubts, man. I know some of you still have your doubts too, and I'm not trying to get y'all to have any doubts at all. Not one bit. Not one bit. I mean, if he gets the job, more than likely he'll flourish and he'll do an amazing job the same way he does in business. It worked for Trump. When he became president, he ran it like a business and it worked. He got some things done that he said he was going to get done. So, yeah, there's that.
If you're running for U.S. president, tell us who the damn clients are of the military contractor that you started, presumably using your connections from the UN. Starts the military contracting firm. Starts, again, then serving on the board of Boeing. Ends up giving secretive speaking fees from foreign actors while also running a military contracting firm. Think about that. It's Hillary Clinton on steroids. You could just go down the list. She's somebody who literally during this presidential campaign, as far as I know, it's unprecedented in U.S. presidential election history, collecting corporate stock options while running for U.S. president. And now she's a multimillionaire. And by the way, what I left out was at the time she left the UN, she and her family were drowning in debt. By the way, for somebody who's an accountant, that's a discussion for another day. But goes from being and wants to run the U.S. and says that she's the candidate who's going to fix our national debt problem. Comes out of government, drowning in personal debt, uses connections to start a military contracting firm without naming their clients, somebody who actually then joins the board of Boeing, the company whose back she scratched forever while governor of South Carolina, another military contractor, speaking fees, including with foreign actors, Hillary Clinton style, collecting stock options while running for U.S. president, all of that, then emerges, just like Joe Biden, a multimillionaire. These are not the people, whether it's Biden or Haley, these are not the people we should want deciding whether to send your kids to die fighting somebody else's war. It's disqualifying. At the very least, be transparent about it. And then you get to the question of the press. Where's the press asking the questions? Okay. What are the clients of Allied Defense LLC? It's a dereliction of your duty as the certainly conservative press to ask that basic question. Why shouldn't the American people know who are the clients of the military contracting firm that her fortune bumps up eightfold, becomes a multimillionaire, exploiting her connections at the time at the UN? Now,
hold on, let me see this. Republican presidential candidate Nikki Haley boosted her fortune eightfold to $8 million after leaving the Trump administration, according to a report. The former South Carolina governor reportedly had a net worth of less than $1 million when she surprisingly quit as President Donald Trump's top envoy. to the United Nations in 2018, but she parlayed her national prominence into a financial windfall by hitting the speaking circuit, joining the boards of top companies, and penning 2 books. Sheesh. Listen, she got connected with somebody who knew how to do some business. That's what you're supposed to do. That's probably why she left anyway. She probably left because somebody got in her ear and told her, with your qualifications and with your knowledge, if you allow us to manage your business just for a little bit, we can do some remarkable things. I know some people right now, shout out to Myron Golden. I don't know if y'all ever heard him before. He teaches business in a biblical way. He teaches people to grow their business the way Solomon grew his business, the way Solomon grew his fortune. And this guy right now charges $40,000 an hour to consult any person that has a business, because the information he has is so good that it can double your business just in the conversation. Just in a conversation, man. So more than likely, if you are Nikki Haley and you already see that, listen, I'm riding Trump's coattail right now. I'm a part of his United Nations envoy. Somebody probably pulled her coattail and be like, yo, we can do something bigger for you if you allow us to do it. And she connected with them, and she went from $1 million to $8 million. She's getting all these speaking gigs. She got books and all this other stuff. Now I'm looking at it from a business standpoint. She's trying to get on Vivek's level, man. Like, Vivek, so listen, you've never been in debt. I mean, well, you haven't been in debt in a long time, and you're nearing $1 billion in business dealing with big pharma. A lot of people are going to dig into your past and dig into your business dealings as well. But I had to point that out. I don't think that was a bad business deal. Some of you may look at that as treasonous or something like that. I would like to hear more of it, because y'all know more about that than I do. All I'm saying is that this right here sounds to me like she just made a good business deal, unless I'm wrong.
Running to be commander-in-chief on a hawkish worldview, marching us into World War III, we deserve to know. And yet, the same establishment that props up Ronna McDaniel as the chair of the RNC, the same establishment that hires the likes of Kristen Welker to run that debate, the same establishment that tried to prop up Ron DeSantis but realized that even reams of millions could not lift up that dead weight, so now has shifted to Nikki Haley, does not want other people like me asking that question, which is why they're so keen to silence me.
And that's why she called you scum.
Oh, yeah, and I think it's a lot of projection going on there.
Yeah, because you hurt the wallet. You hurt the wallet, though. If you think about it, Vivek, that everybody in that stage was pro-war. And Pat made a point about a month ago, when you see
bloodthirsty.
when you see a hospital, Vivek, all those rooms, they're in business. They need sick people to be in there.
Yep.
We need a war, and it's a conflict of interest. If you're a defense contracting, your whole family, her husband Michael Haley owns one. Would you become president, Vivek? Would you put legislation to like not have that happen?
All of this corruption should be banned. You should not be able to lobby the government for 10 years until after you've left the government. If you have regulated a company or done a deal with a company, as you do in South Carolina with Boeing, you absolutely should never be able to join the board of that company. Certainly not for 10 or 20 years.
I agree. I agree. I agree with that. That seems like some shady business dealings. It does. It really does. But a lot of these businesses, they don't deal with integrity. They don't deal, in the way that most of us would deal. But he's right based off what he's saying right now. That is crazy. That's a little nuts right there.
Okay, you shouldn't be able to trade individual stocks with your own individual investment discretion if you're a congressman or a regulator of that
Nancy
specific
Pelosi.
industry. Yeah, or Nancy Pelosi. But here's the thing, man, because I have been very critical of the corrupt Democratic establishment, the Pelosi's, the Bidens, the Hillary Clintons of the world. But I can't do that with credibility if we have the same problem in our own house, but then you're not supposed to talk about it. Okay? And here's the thing that, the Republican Party claims to be the party that is against identity politics. I mean, there's an unspoken rule in the Republican Party that if you have 2 X chromosomes, you got to be careful about going after her. And I get that. I mean, the political consulting class tells me that as well in the first couple debates. Yeah, I've probably got the bad advice, but, she's called me 4-letter words each of the last few debates, but there's a certain thing, if you have 2 X chromosomes, somehow you're immune from criticism. That's not what the Republican Party stands for. Identity politics. If you're running for U.S. president, you can't handle the heat, you stay out of the kitchen. You want to sit across the table from Xi Jinping? You better be able to confront basic questions like your tax returns or how you made your money or who the clients of Allied Defense LLC are and how that...
Hold on. Can y'all stop attacking my guest because he has thoughts about Trump that y'all don't appreciate? The real Black Terry said, what did he say? He said, I'm not real because I think Trump is not the best option we have. He has made some horrible mistakes. Trump people wear blinders. It's like hero worship. It's gross. Okay. All right. So my statement about them not attacking you is off the table now, man. If you're going to call them gross, then they can attack you. I'm sorry, bro. You said that they wear blinders and they're worshiping a hero and it's gross. Y'all go ahead and get them. Nah, don't get them. Can y'all be nice? Like, I get it. Y'all are passionate about politics and everything, but my gracious. Y'all, I swear, y'all go fisticuffs real quick when it comes to politics, man. And it's hilarious to me. I just sit back and I just watch it. Y'all are something else. And Lone Wolf says, real Black Terry, everyone wears blinders. But I don't disagree. You know what? And that's why I'm here. I'm here because everyone's wearing blinders. Like, we're so locked in with what we want to believe. And when we have conversations with people, we want them to think exactly how we think. And that's it. That's it. Like, it's no give whatsoever. And we need to get out of that. We're too old for that. Unless you're between the age of 15 and 20, then you need to get over that. Like, at the end of the day, hold up. Whoa. I always got to point out my super chats because I don't get a lot of them. Trump has my vote, but I think Vivek is the future. Thank you so much, Phil James 1, for that super chat. I really appreciate it.
Relates to your foreign policy that, frankly, makes more money by taking us to war.
So if you like...
All right, so that came from Valuetainment, guys. Make sure y'all go check out Valuetainment, Patrick Bet-David podcast, because he does these type of conversations with individuals all the time. And as a matter of fact, because listen, I like to watch these conversations more than I do watching these politicians debate one another. Because when they debate one another in this public, all they're doing is just trying to one-up each other, and it could be filled with lies. But when you're on conversations where it's laid back, like podcasts and whatnot, then you're put in a position to just tell the truth in the non-judgmental space, and understand that you could potentially be challenged on the things that you say. Now, I don't hear a whole bunch of Vivek being challenged in this conversation with Patrick Bet-David, nor anybody else who's on the panel with him. But maybe they didn't hear anything that's worth challenging yet. I probably would have challenged him on some things, but since that's their guest, more than likely, well, I've seen them go back and forth with some of their guests. So let me go back on that as well, because sometimes they just are nicer to some people. But in this next one, I hope they challenge him a little bit, because he says that she thinks it's all about money. All right. He's talking about the RNC chairman in this one right here. All right. So the first one was Nikki, poor Nikki. All right. So that's the one we checked out first. And this one right here, he says she thinks it's all about money. All right, y'all, let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. All right. And much love to everyone who pulled up. Hopefully when you come in here, you hit that like button. That's the only price of admission. And please do me a favor. When y'all watch my videos that I post separately, try and watch the videos the entire way through. That will be extremely helpful, okay? Watch the video entire way through. Like the video and watch it. That will be amazing, all right? I get it. You've already seen most of these videos. You already know it all. I realize I'm dealing with a whole bunch of political geniuses here, all right? And I'm the guy that's new. I'm new in school right now. I just need y'all to help me out with that. That would be absolutely amazing. So for this one right here, let's go and get into it.
How was dinner with your family and Ronna McDaniel last night?
It was. Well, she said she refused to pay the bill because I'm not going to get another cent from the RNC.
Yeah, I saw that.
Can you believe
she
this?
say that? Can she say that?
I mean, not legally. I mean, if you think about your duty, is not your money.
Yeah.
It's not your money, right? And so I don't know if you think people know what we're already
This is the
talking
story
about.
you're talking about right here,
Yeah,
right?
people already know what we're talking about.
He's an asshole, total asshole.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, Catalina? Thank you for pulling up and helping out. Much love to you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Everybody who come in, please hit that like button for me. That would be amazing. I'm trying to get the channel. Listen. I'm just going to say this real quick. I'm trying to get the channel moving in the right direction, the way it's supposed to be, okay? And I'm going to need y'all help to do that. If y'all can help me out, that would be absolutely amazing. If you don't want to help out, that's cool too, because it's not you're not required to do that, okay? If you want to just pull up and put your hands behind your head and kick your feet up and just enjoy for a little bit and then roll out, do that too. That's cool. But the fact that you're hanging out with me, I really appreciate it. All right, I don't know if you're watching. Matter of fact, could y'all let me know really quickly inside of the chat if you're watching this from your phone, from your computer, or from your iPad, or from your TV? How are you watching this right now? Because that will really allow me to gauge where most people watch these types of videos. Because it's your Saturday and y'all are chilling. And I don't know where y'all are chilling. You know what I mean? If you're chilling in the living room. So most people are watching it from their desktop, okay, laptops and their phones. Okay, so I'm seeing desktop is more phone, desktop, computer, laptop, phone, computer, laptop, phone. Okay, so don't use my phone or iPad. Okay, so most people are watching it from their phone and their computers, which is absolutely dope. I think that's dope. All right. Living room TV in the living room. Oh, you get extra points. Who said that? Hold on. Brian said that. Did Brian say that? I'm trying to find it. Right here. Boom. There you go. Brian, get extra points for that. Nah, seriously, man. I just wanted to know. All right. Somebody put their phone and then put a rotary. Is that a rotary phone? You watching it from a rotary phone? You watching this from a rotary phone, bro?
So people, if they didn't watch the
Thank you,
debate
guys.
the other night or whatever,
I appreciate it,
am
man.
a believer in accountability. Okay, so this woman is appointed chair of the RNC, Republican National Committee, in 2017. Let's just do the math. It's not that complicated. 2018, loss. 2020, loss. 2022, no red wave. 2023, bad trouncing.
I'm loving that he's about to talk about this. If you are a Republican, more than likely your feelings are about to get hurt, because he's letting you know that the conservative party are not doing what they're supposed to do in order to get the new voters, in order to keep new voters, in order to back up their promises of the red wave. Oh, we're changing the world, the quiet majority. Like, I hear that all the time, the quiet majority. Like, we don't make all the noise, we just show up when it's time to vote. Well, where y'all been at? Because y'all been losing like hell. Y'all been losing, okay? Let's get back to it.
So insanity is expecting a different conclusion unless you're going to make a change. This is the person who's running the Republican National Committee. So that had happened the night before the debate, the 2023 trouncing. So I went on stage and said, when nobody else, every other candidate's supposed to delicately tiptoe around the genteel norms of the RNC. And it's not like I surprised her with this, okay? We actually, I haven't talked about this before. So we had a debate walkthrough. You kind of go through in the morning of. I'm not making this up. It's like, I wish there was no cameras allowed in there. We can catch this. She comes in, she's just like trying to give me a hug. I'm like, I'll give you a handshake. And I was just like, how are you doing? And she's like, how are you doing? I was like, not great. I mean, the election didn't go very well last night. She's not great given last night. And I'm not even kidding you. Here's what she says. What happened last night?
Oh my God.
No, I'm not kidding.
Wow.
So I thought she was joking. So I'm just like, yeah. She's like, no, but seriously, what happened last night? And then she got kind of combative about it.
Who's around when this has happened?
Oh, like people from NBC, other like staffers from the Republican
She came
Party.
to want to give you a hug. You said, I'll give you a handshake.
Yeah. So I'll give you a handshake.
Have you guys had any feud prior to this or no?
No, but I believe in, well, we have, not multiple actually. Because it's not personal. It's the failure of how she leads this party. I mean, number one, at the start of this race, I said, release the debate stage criteria so you don't play games later. I believe that played a role. And she was just like, no, but they actually released it earlier than they did last time around because I believe I called on them to. So they released it at least earlier. So I gave credit where credit was due when they at least responded. First, she was like, no, we're not going to do it. We're staying radio silent. But I believe it had an impact on that, and I gave credit where credit was due. So that loop was closed. Then Fox calls me after the second debate and Chris Christie and say, hey, would you spar with Chris Christie or have a dialogue, open dialogue, since the second debate, I mean, the unspoken reality is that was useless. So I said I would do it. The night before, Ronna McDaniel calls me on my cell phone and says, you will be disqualified from the next debate if you participate in this discussion with Chris Christie. I said,
What?
Ronna, how does this advance the interests of the GOP? Like the GOP voter base. How is the GOP voter base better off if we hear less debate between the candidates? Explain that to me. She has no good explanation, but regardless, that raised some of my recent sparring with her in public. But this has nothing to do with me and her. What happened on the night before the debate was the Republican Party nationally got trounced. And everybody, if
Destroyed. Kentucky.
totally destroyed.
Everybody.
Virginia, I mean, kind of Ohio, you just go, these are red states, okay? Oh, Kentucky and Ohio, certainly. And so I'm walking in. This is the morning after that trouncing. This is the chairwoman of the Republican National Committee. She's coming. She's like, hey, how are you? I'm like, I'll give you a handshake. She's like, how you doing? I said, not that well, given that last night didn't go very well. She said, what happened last night?
Like oblivious.
Is she saying it jokingly?
No,
or
she's saying it almost angrily, right? Because I was like, the last night didn't go well. So like she's challenging me. She says, well, what happened last night?
Oh, okay.
Like, what happened last night?
Oh, she was trying to get him. She was trying to get him to be more clear about the negativity that he's putting on her right now. He said, "I'm not good considering what happened last night," and he was thinking that maybe she would be like right there with him, lockstep with him. Like, oh yeah, we was hoping for it to go this way, but clearly it went that way, and I'm not happy about it either. Here's the thing. That's when we miss opportunities for great conversation and understanding because we're so defensive. She was too defensive at that point, and she wouldn't talk to him. Actually, he was challenging her too. So he was a little stubborn as well. She tried to walk up to him and give him a hug, and he was like, no, I'll give you a handshake. I'll give you a handshake. That right there, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about, bro. Like, that's not... Okay, 45 years old, right? I'm done with the BS. All right, I'm done with the BS. Clearly, Vivek is not. Somebody come and try to show you some love, regardless if it's fake or not. Listen, we are colleagues. We're trying to get the same job and all this other stuff. Regardless, maybe, you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, treat people like people. Period. You don't know what they're going through at all. You don't know what they was dealing with coming there. You don't know what they were dealing with at home. But these Hunger Games that they're playing are more important to them than humanity. That, to me, is not a good thing. It's not. If y'all can listen to him talking right now and say, yeah, he did the right thing. He shouldn't have given her a hug. He should have treated her like that. He should have said that. He probably should have. Maybe. But let's get back to humanity here. All right? I get it, y'all are on different teams, but this ain't Michael Jordan playing against Clyde the Glide Drexler back in the day. You ain't gotta be so stern and rah, rah, rah. You know what I mean? Sometimes treat people like human beings. You'll get a lot more out of it if you do. You really would. You really would. That's just my 2 pennies, but I could be off. I would love to see what y'all have to say about this.
I don't know what happened last night. Tell me what happened last night. Yeah. And I'm just like, this is the person who's accountable for running the Republican Party. I said, we lost the election. She said, we have nothing to do with that.
Really?
I run the National Party. These are state races. We have nothing to do with that.
Whoop, whoop. We got another super chat. 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 Ooh, wow. Hey, guys, did y'all know that the super chats will be hit? Every single super chat, YouTube will take like 30% off of that bad boy. So if you send me $9, YouTube will take their cut and they will send me $6. But guess what? I'm not complaining. Listen, I thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and read this joint because listen, it says Trump won, but vote in person and relax. Shout out to FO for this. But listen, I'm not complaining because here's the thing. They host the party. We are on YouTube's platform, period. I'm just letting y'all know. So if y'all want to cut to the chase and you want to send me some monetary love, you know what I mean? Well, my descriptions are not the same on this, so never mind. I'm just letting y'all know. But I love the fact that you went into your resources and you helped me out that way. That's appreciated. All right, let's go.
So where's and then says and then starts to like escalate her voice and says, I refuse to fall on the sword for this one. I refuse to fall on the sword for this one. This is not my fault. And it's like, okay, clearly she's been criticized.
How many
all day
minutes
for
before
this.
you hit the stage is this happening?
Oh, this is like early. This is in the morning, right?
Okay,
like
it's
like
pre-game,
lunchtime.
prep, yeah.
You kind of go
I got you.
through.
Walk
They show
through.
you where you're going to be
Yep.
standing. Here's your microphone. So that's where this happens. So it's not like I surprised her on the stage.
Got it.
All right, she knew where I'm at on this.
She had already had a long morning with this topic.
Oh, of course, and should. I mean, 2018 loss, 2020 loss, 2022 no red wave, 2023 trouncing, total drubbing for the Republican Party. This is the individual who's the national chairwoman. She runs the entire Republican National Committee.
Please tell me in the comments, guys, why do you think the Republicans continue to lose the way that they are? And be brutally honest. I don't care what you say. I'm not going to delete it or none of that. Be brutally honest. Like, listen, if you speaking code, though, don't say certain words that would get you kicked off. You know what I mean? Because I do have my mods here. They would kick you off if you say some, okay, corruption, uniparty, TDS, Tinder. Okay, what's TDS? You can't even touch. Let me say you can't even touch a woman. They are paid off or being bribed by their bad deeds. Duopoly. Is that what that says? We need someone else leading the RNC. Is it Muslim men who can't hug a woman in public because people don't vote? I thought conservatives vote. Let me see. They fixed the results, period. So you're saying that even the last bit of results have been faked as well. Okay. Trump deranged syndrome. They're not voting because they are not voting for Trump. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Trump deranged syndrome? What does that mean? Okay, can somebody break that down? TDS, she said Trump deranged syndrome. Does that mean that people are not voting unless they are voting for Trump? Or does that mean something else? Y'all are breaking it down. Bribed, don't have the guts like Trump. Orange man bad. Oh, people are voting against Trump. So they're voting against red so that Trump won't win, so that he won't have the satisfaction. Grateful girl, thank you so much for pulling up and being helpful. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Vivek is Hindu. Why are you talking about him being Hindu?
Where's the accountability? So I get on stage and you're getting some standard, beaten dead old horse Donald Trump question. I said, forget that. Let's talk about what happened last night. Because the last two elections he's been out, Republicans have gotten trounced for different reasons. So stop blaming the boogeyman. There's an accountability problem within the Republican Party. And so I say on stage that Ronna McDaniel, if she wanted to come up on stage, and I meant it, if she did want to come up on stage, debate stage time is valuable, but I would still yield my time to her.
Okay. I see why he didn't hug her. She looked like Bruce Jenner. She looked like Caitlyn. Sorry. There is no Bruce Jenner. There's only a Caitlyn Jenner. My apologies. My bad. That was wrong. My bad. I take that one. But listen, hold on. Does this look, I'm not trying to be mean, Matter of fact, let me move on, man. Let me just move on. Let me just move on.
If she wants to use the microphone, look the American people in the eye, and say she resigns, which would be good for the Republican Party, and I believe she should resign. So what does she say? So then the press reports there's people apparently sitting in her row or behind her row in front of her, where she is, think about this, the neutral arbiter of the Republican National Committee later in the debate when I'm sparring with other candidates, booing when I'm speaking, clapping against other candidates when they're speaking against me. So
she was booing?
Yeah.
Who was booing?
She's booing me at other points in the debate. And I don't care about that, but think about your dereliction of duty. Yeah. You're supposedly the neutral arbiter of the entire National Republican Party hosting a debate. It's like a referee cheering in the middle of a game between two teams. It doesn't make sense. Like if the referee is like booing or hollering in favor of one team or the other, that's what that looks like if she's the arbiter. Then she's saying during the breaks, and this is as reported by the press, so I wasn't there, but it's apparently sources who are around her, reported by multiple sources in the press, saying that I would not get another cent from the RNC.
Yep.
Wow.
So think about what that means. That means she believes that's her money. Right?
She does. She does. If you're not willing to play ball, you won't get another cent from the RNC. Anybody that speaks that way, yeah, they've already taken ownership of the finances and resources that flow through them. They think that they are the boss applesauce. Like, I'm the king ding-a-ling. This all me. This all me. And if you want any of this money, you better treat me with some respect. Next time I want a hug, you give me a hug. Next time I want to grind on your leg when I hug, you let me grind on your leg. If I want to whisper sweet nothings in your ear and tell you how good your ears smell, then you let me do it. Or else you ain't getting none of this money.
Right? These are donations she's collected from other people, but somebody said a mean thing about her, and it's not even a mean thing about her. Someone said that we need accountability in the Republican Party, that this person who has failed us 4 times in a row, that there needs to be some accountability. She says, if he says that about me, then this money that I have been a steward for, a fiduciary for, that I'm not going to give a cent to him because he said something that I didn't like about me.
He said something that hurt my feelings, so he's not going to get any more money. That's crazy, man.
That's a conflict of interest. So then I get a question after the debate in the press room. I don't know who it came from, but I'm presuming it's from one of the RNC aligned people, which is, how come you would go on Rana's stage, on her stage is what they said, on her stage and criticize her like that? My response is, that's not her stage. And
that ain't her daggone stage. Are you kidding me? See, that's why she's believing the hype. That's why she's drinking her own little stale, nasty, gravy-tasting Kool-Aid, her whole onion Kool-Aid, because she believing the taste is so delicious because everybody else is doing it. How can you disrespect her on her stage? This ain't her damn stage. Huh? What?
That's the problem with this party. It doesn't belong to these corrupt establishment political creatures. It belongs to the voters and the people of this country, and that's where the Republican Party is badly mixed up.
Question for you.
So no, dinner didn't go well.
But I assume you know her last name, her maiden name.
Romney.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think she embodies it.
Let me ask a question.
I mean, she comes from a powerful family, so you should expect for her to think that way. That's how people are, man. That's why you need God in your life. That's why you need God in your life, man, so you won't think too big of yourself. Understand that you're nothing but a peon in comparison to God. Like, you are literally an ant. We are literally so super small, far smaller than we believe we are. We are less important than we actually believe we are. It's crazy. That's why, to me, it's so important that we start communicating together, because together we are far stronger. Together we are important, because that's why we're here. We're here to build each other up and make something good out of society, out of this community, and make sure that we continue to move humanity forward. Unfortunately, though, there's a side of the country who don't care about moving the country, moving humanity forward. They want to stop people from having children. They want you to think that you will have a better life if you were with someone of the same sex, and that's probably the best way to be. And it's not. They're trying to kill the nuclear family. And anybody who does that, no, you vote opposite of anybody that's always out there trying to kill the nuclear family. Get rid of that. Also, vote against people who think that they are so like that they are king dangling, like they run everything. They run everything. You know, that's actually what people thought about Trump. But what they didn't see was that he was showing strength, but he was also moving millions of people. He was actually speaking for the multitude of individuals who weren't being heard, the multitude of individuals who believed in the nuclear family. And right now, there's a bunch of people out there who don't give a damn. It's all about being selfish and doing for self and being as wealthy as you can get. I'm powerful. I'm Mitt Romney's niece. I run this. What you mean? You're not gonna get a penny of my money again. This ain't your money. I dare you talk about her like that on her stage. This ain't her stage. Like her big Bruce Jenner looking self. Okay.
When she says you can't, go debate Christie, then how is she okay with DeSantis debating Newsom?
Because it's corruption, man.
You think that's what it is?
Absolutely, it's corrupt. Because the people who are propping up Ron DeSantis, like the super PAC money, all of that's doing up. And it's not criticizing Ron or not. It has nothing to do with it. It's just the system is. There's tens and tens of millions of dollars in a system where supposedly the max you can give to a campaign is $3,300. The people who have lobbied and gotten their special favors from, and it's not just Ron, it's the way politics works, that those people are the big donors to the Republican Party. And Ron is debating another candidate who's running for U.S. president, that is called Gavin Newsom, and the man who's running for U.S. president, flying around doing. The funny thing about this is Gavin Newsom is not running for U.S. president in the same way that Ron DeSantis was not running for U.S. president, jaunting around on public money and private jets on matters that have nothing to do with the state. That's what Gavin Newsom is doing now. And as I said on the debate stage as well, to the Democratic Party, I call it Republicans, Democrats evenly. I call it Democrats more. Be honest, Joe Biden's not going to be the nominee. So who's it going to be? Put up whichever other person it's going to be so we can have an honest debate.
Joe Biden, will he even be like, here's the thing. I want everybody to do well. I even want Joe to do well. I know some of you probably don't want him to do well. I do want him to do well. He's the president. Why wouldn't I want him to do well? Like anybody who is the head honcho, the one that's calling the shots and making the decisions, I want them to do well because it reflects on us. But when he's not making his decisions properly and he has other people doing it for him, bruh, we all see what's happening. This world is going to hell in a handbasket. Like with gasoline draws. Hey, shout out to EFO. Yeah. I gotta show you love, big dog. Again, keep on coming through with the super chats. You are the man. Much love to you. Happy Veterans Day. We need a whole month for our veterans and flags for Veterans Day. Hey, if we can have Gay Pride Month, then we can have Veterans Day Month. Veterans Pride Month. You know what? That's not. You know what? We're gonna edit that part out because I don't want to offend anybody by saying that if we can have Gay Pride Month, we can have Veterans Month. I probably shouldn't have said that. I can get canceled for saying that. Could you imagine, guys? Like, think about that, man. That's the world we're in right now. That's the world we're in. Like, we can have Gay Pride Month, but we can't have Veterans Month. And that's, you know what? I'm about to go back and I'm about to continue with the video, but I do want to say this, though. You know, people feel disrespected if you fly the American flag too much, too proudly. Like, how dare you? If I see somebody with a flag outside their house, they must be a MAGA Trump supporter. They're trying to take away my rights. They trying to take away my rights.
But Ron is able to have that
Thank you,
full-on debate on the same network, Fox. But if they're calling me, I think what happened is at a certain point in the race, around late summer, initially they're saying, oh, yeah, young guy, okay, check the box. We got, a lot of boxes he checks for us. We get to say that this guy ran in the Republican Party, young guy, different generation, first generation, whatever. Okay, we checked that box. Oh, wait, he's he's not going away when he's supposed to, right? The other no-name candidates, and I was initially a no-name candidate too, the other no-name candidates had no chance of making the first debate. They're all off. Nobody really paid attention to them. Wait, this guy's sticking around. And then, wait, he's saying some things that the establishment that has an allergic reaction to Trump, wait, he sounds a little bit like that. No, this isn't supposed to happen again. No, stop it. Okay, it was cute while it lasted. Like, make it stop. That's sort of where they were. And so I think there has been a concerted effort amongst the donor establishment class that has convened private summits with the Haley campaign, the DeSantis, the Scott campaigns, Pence and others, Christie. I'm the only person other than Trump that's not, invited to these closed-door forums. There's certain debates we want Ron DeSantis to get his airtime. You do it, we're going to disqualify you from the next debate. And then you get to the place where now, if you're critical of that party, she says, we're not going to use that she, because she doesn't like what I said, it's a personal conflict of interest, is going to say you don't get another cent from the RNC. So in a certain sense, they prove my point about the corruption to say that they view this as their money, to treat it in a way that they're going to pick whoever their favorite horses are.
Yeah, that's very strange because the voter, I'm sitting there saying, and I even asked the governor, I said, why are you debating Newsom? I think a year ago made sense. I think right now makes no sense for the two of you guys to debate. But Rob, do you have the clip of Ronna McDaniel being confronted about what Vivek said and what her response is? And she said, I'm not the one running for president. Play this clip if you could.
There were allegations that were thrown on the stage by one of the candidates in particular, arguing that the Republican Party has a culture of losing. Specifically, Vivek Ramaswamy called for you to resign. Would you like to respond to that?
I'm going to focus on beating Joe Biden. I wish that's what all the candidates did. I'm not running for president. I'm very proud of the fact that under my tenure, we won back the House. We now are getting investigations into the Bidens. I also, as Michigan chair for the first time in 30 years, won a state that Democrats hadn't been in. I'm very proud of the fact that we're going to have staff in 15 states heading into 2024. But, I'll leave other people to attack Republicans. I'm going to focus on Democrats. I will say this. We can't attack each other and win. We need all of us.
So actually,
you can pause it at this point.
I have a comment
Go
on that,
for
which is really funny. I hadn't seen this interview. I saw a different interview she did on Fox or Fox Business.
I mean, okay, I have a question for you because listen, when you have a job and someone wants to speak about the negative parts of your job, then you do want to defend yourself and speak about the positive parts of your job. And that seems to be what she was trying to do in that clip. Where was she wrong in that clip? Because to me, and I was going to make fun of her and all that other stuff, but what's the point? I'm trying to be positive here, and hopefully you guys can too. But I've already had fun doing that part. But it seems to me, and whether she was BSing or not, that she was right. She said, we're not going to win anything by fighting amongst one another. All right? We're not going to win anything. Will she acknowledge the negative parts of her leadership in her position? No, she did not acknowledge that. She won't acknowledge that. That's something that I don't like about any politician or in a position, because she's definitely that. People don't acknowledge their faults, and they only want to acknowledge what happened positively. We took back the House while I was the chair, but you lost a many amount of races, and you need to address that. Like, oh, we're not going to win if we keep fighting each other. Well, are you saying that that's why that's why conservatives have been losing so much, because you guys have been fighting so much? Is that what she's saying? At the end of the day, man, I just want to have some understanding of this, because right now, you all conservatives, I'm talking to you specifically, you will continue to lose if you continue to play the game the way you're playing it right now. At some point, the coach need to call the time out. Just change the play. Change the play, call an audible or something. Replace the quarterback. Replace the I don't know what game we playing. Replace the quarterback. Replace the point guard. We're talking about basketball. Replace the pitcher. We're talking about baseball. Here's the thing, man. We can, like he said earlier. What he say? Insanity is doing the same thing twice and expecting different results. Like, that's just crazy, man. So if we keep on losing like that, then and nothing is changing, then yeah, she should be held responsible because she's doing a sugar honey iced tea job, in my opinion.
Where literally, that was yesterday morning, she's going on air, national conservative audience, and literally just stated as a fact that Vivek voted for Obama.
Oh yeah, that's right.
100. I just confirm it for you. 100% false. Never voted for Obama in my life.
Practice.
So you have the chair of the RNC saying, "I'm not going to criticize the Republicans," and then go on national TV, say one of the Republican presidential candidates who you were booing in the middle of the debate. Oh, you have that one?
It's 11 seconds. You can play the clip.
Oh, you guys
I
are on top
texted
of this,
it to
man.
you.
You guys already, yeah.
I'm looking footage of
Maybe
her
I saw it
booing.
after you actually. So that was press reports of people who were sitting in her row commenting on the fact that she said that there's going to be not 1 cent to me from the RNC, fiduciary violation.
This money thing situation, not 1 cent. How does it actually get divvied up? Because you're the only candidate out there that has made their money as an entrepreneur.
To
you don't need their money.
To tell you the truth, I have no idea how the hell all of this sausage making works because I've basically said screw the system. Now, what does that cost me? 8-figure sums of my wealth that we're putting into this campaign. 15, 16 plus million bucks already. We're putting in millions more. It's going to be tens of millions of dollars, certainly by the time we're done.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? This dude has spent $15, $16 million on his campaign already. Nuts. That is nuts, bruh. Sheesh. That's a lot of daggone money. Oh my gracious, I haven't even made $1 million yet. And he's spending 15, 16 to become the president. That's how you know it's an investment. He wouldn't spend that type of money if he didn't look at it as an investment. He look at this as an investment. He does. He wouldn't spend this type of money if he didn't look at it as an investment. Trump spent $35 million this cycle alone. My gracious. Norm says based. What the hell does that mean? I'm for Trump. At least his role is the most beneficial for us in this movie. Hey, LFR, how much you think Trump has spent in legal fees? OMG, sheesh. I will only assume they're trying to drain his pockets, man. They're trying to drain his pockets so he not be able to run for president. Every single thing that they're doing right now is so that he not run for president. Yes, but Van, look at your channel growth. You are a success here. Much love to you, dog lover. And you are a success there. And we are a success together. All right? Speaking of, guys, reach out to me. Email me the word coach so that I can help y'all grow a YouTube channel or podcast or something, man. All right? All right? Only thing I charge is $1 million. That's it. And I know y'all got $1 million. Y'all got millions easy.
We're going to stop at nothing. But that's the cost of saying screw you to a corrupt system that otherwise wants you to behave like their circus monkey, which I refuse to. But the point is, this is a person who's running the RNC, managing other people's money, and saying that because you said something I don't like, I'm not going to give you 1 cent, then goes on national TV.
Woo woo! Hey, Lone Wolf, what's that, 36S. Thank you so much for the super chat. Much love to you, man. What does this joint say? It says, Van, you're going to have to throw a party when you hit 1 million subs. You brought an entire community together. Thank you for being with us, being here for us. You know what? Here's the thing, bro. I will say this, Lone Wolf, thank you so much for the super chat. And I already told my people inside of the Discord that I would love to have like a actual party somewhere. Like I'm in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. I don't know where you guys are, but where would you travel? Like, what would you, like, seriously, I would like to be realistic about it, but 950,000 subscribers, and you know what I mean, I would love to have as many people possible to show up and we can just shake hands, you know what I mean, dance, you know, probably have a boxing ring for all the people that talked about my forehead and I wanted to give them some smoke, you know what I mean, people that call me Lester Holt, yeah, you know what I mean, so yeah, let's do it.
And spews, I mean, it's just a straight up factual falsehood, right? Vivek voted for Obama. Is it false? Yes, it is. Is it damaging? Yes, it is. Is it done with malicious intent for the person who was booing at me and saying those things? Yes, it was. Now, am I going to go after because I have better things to do in my life? Probably not, right? But This is corrupt stuff.
Well, in the first debate,
Play this
the
real
arbiter.
quick because it's 11 seconds. Go ahead, Rob.
I know Vivek's kind of newer to the party. He voted for Obama, so he may not know that.
Look at her. She just flat
But
out
this is
says I
something
voted
we're
for
gonna
Obama.
have to
It is a
get right
lie. I mean, look at this woman. Bold-faced, getting up there, loses 4 elections for the Republican Party, pathetically going up, literally just looking the American voters, Republican voters in the eye, and telling them a bold-faced lie. I mean, you just play that. I just want people to hit clip again because I don't want that I'm putting words in her mouth.
I know Vivek's kind of newer to the party. He voted for Obama, so he may not know that.
I mean, this is so that is a lie. This woman without a fact, with an iota of basis.
Is there a way to prove that so she loses?
Yeah, actually, there's a way to prove it.
Okay.
He has voting
So
record,
the fact
right?
that the voting
But
record.
it's not. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care. Like the fact that she went up on the news and she said Vivek is new to this and he voted for Obama and blah blah blah. I voted for Obama. I voted for Biden. I sure did. Kick myself in the dingling every single day about it. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. It is what it is, man. I used to be at work going back and forth debating people about that, man. What do you mean Trump is the best thing for the presidency? People don't even like Trump. They don't like Trump. I'm with her. I was not with her. I did not like Hillary Clinton, man. I promise you I didn't. But for some strange reason, let me tell y'all something. As an old liberal, whatever they were sharing on MSNBC and CNN, it worked. It worked for me, bro. It had me pissed off at Trump for no damn reason. It did, man. I was like, let's watch Morning Joe. Listen, I was like, let's watch Morning Joe with his wife. And, they used to argue back and forth. But I was like, man, for whatever they're saying to me, it got me angry for just for some reason. It had me angry with Trump. He ain't do nothing. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Let me just go on, man. Listen, I told you I see squirrels, man. Sometimes I'm just like, my mind goes over there and he said dingling is still sore. Never voted for myself.
So actually, I was so disillusioned, and I've talked about this. I voted Libertarian when I was young in my first election. Then I got so disillusioned from politics that it's actually public record that in both of those, I don't like John McCain, and I didn't like Barack Obama, and I didn't like Mitt Romney, and I didn't like Barack Obama.
Listen, thank you so much for the super chat, Nate. I appreciate you. Now we got to earn our stripes again, big dog. I made some decisions on this channel that was not the best decisions for my community, and I lost some ranking, and now we're trying to get our ranking back. It's a fight. It's definitely a fight. But at the end of the day, I ain't no punk. I'm up for the fight. I box. I'll go with you. Like, I go toe to toe with you. Probably get my ass whooped, but it's all good. Probably not healed as fast as I used to because I'm so old. But at the end of the day, you're right, and I'm glad you pointed that out. And thank you so much for the super chat, Van. What did you like about Biden that you didn't about Clinton? That he ran with Obama. That's it. That he ran with Obama. I didn't care about the fact that he had a lot to do with locking people up, a whole bunch of people when it came to drugs and whatnot. I didn't care about none of that. What I cared most about was the negativity that was being spread to me about Trump and the conservative party. I didn't receive any of the truths that Thomas Sowell talked about. As a matter of fact, we used to celebrate Black History Month every single, go hard. And I'm sure your name is the real Black Terry. So you understand, growing up in public schools, Black History Month is serious. And I never heard anything about Thomas Sowell. Ever. Have you? Real Black Terry, if you went to a public school, please let me know right now if you heard about Thomas Sowell in school. Were you taught about Thomas Sowell? Matter of fact, any Black people inside of this chat right now, please let me know. Did your school teach you about Thomas Sowell at all? Because at the end of the day, It was the information that I had access to and what I had a desire to learn. And when I was voting age, all I was hearing was that Democrats was the right side. And that's it. And plus, I came from a Democratic state, D.C., Maryland. You know what I mean? And I'm thinking that this must be the right way. We must got to vote blue. As a matter of fact, I went and registered as a Republican like over 12 years ago, 10 years ago. I registered as a Republican as a way of being like a Trojan horse for the Republicans. Like I was going to sneak in and vote Democrat. I don't know, man. My mind I'm slow. I'm kind of slow. I'm trying to catch up right now. I'm trying to tell y'all right now, but I thought that it was going to work. I thought that I was going to be doing some justice for the Democratic Party by being a Republican, a registered Republican. And then when it's time to get in the booth, I vote blue. And I'm thinking I'm really doing something. And the whole time I wasn't paying attention. I really wasn't following the money. I wasn't following these guys' legislation that they voted for or any of that. If I would have checked out the history of what Biden voted for, of what he stood for, man, I would have looked at him like he was just walking around with a daggone white sheet on with the eyeballs cut out, with a hood more pointy than the hood I have on right now. Y'all see this hood I got on right now? If I would have known the history of Joe Biden and how he voted, I would have looked at him as if he was walking the earth with a daggone sheet on and you know what I mean, and carrying a bag of black testicles, you know, just to show how many people he done lynched and murdered and stuff like that. Because this dude is an all-out, I'm not going to say the word that I think he is, but he's just not a good person in my opinion. I just don't think so. Now I don't think so, but I didn't know that at first because I didn't think that Barack Obama would be not only befriend, but would run hand in hand with somebody like Biden. But then I also didn't know the truth about Obama. I read his books, everything. I was believing all of the fairy tale stuff that was being told to me about Obama. So I didn't want to look at the negative. It's like having the uncle in the family who's rumored to have touched some of your cousins, but it's like whenever it's time to talk about it, none of his sisters, who are all your aunts, your grandmother, don't want to talk about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody, because they want to protect the pedophile uncle. They want to protect him and don't really care about the people who have been victimized in the family. Well, that's what happened when it came to Obama. Nobody wanted to hear anything negative about him whatsoever. As a matter of fact, we had $1 with Barack Obama's face on it. We went out and bought a newspaper the day that he was voted into office. We were serious about this Democrat stuff, but not serious enough to look behind the curtains and see what else was going on, because that's what we were being trained to do. So that's why I voted for Biden, and I didn't think that Biden was any better than Hillary. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons why I didn't like Hillary is because when she was running against Obama, she was just very mean and snarky to him, and I was like, why is this white lady so mean to this black man? Oh, she mean because she hating that he got a black family with a black dog and a black a black mother-in-law that's gonna be living in the daggone White House and blah blah blah. Yo, I was so damn slow and off and everything when it came to this, man. So that's why somebody said I'm based. No, I'm not based. I don't even know what based is at the end of the day. But but I will tell you this, based off of what I've learned. I'm just going to be honest from here on out. I'm not a Trump super fan. I'm not a Vivek super fan. But I will call a spade based off of the people that we have available to vote into office. I think Trump would be the best. That's just me. And that's going off of his record. It's not even going off of him. It's not going off of the person he is. It's not going off of the amount of people that he done looked out for, gave jobs to. Because as soon as you start talking about how Trump is a good person, then it will go back to that somebody will give you a story of when Trump was sued for being discriminating against black people in his hotels back in the 80s or something like that. But then you're like, ain't that the time when he was friends with Al Sharpton? Ain't that the time when Trump was friends with Jesse Jackson? Ain't that the time when Trump was friends with everybody that was a rapper coming up? Ain't that the time? Ain't that the time? The same time where they try to act as if he was the most racist in his life. That was the time when he had the most black friends ever. But as soon as he decides to run Republican, then that should tell you right there, no. Black people, remember, we taught y'all Republicans are bad. It's not Orange Man bad. It's Republicans are bad. It's the elephant is bad. You know, the donkey good, elephant bad. And if he's running as an elephant, he must hate black people. Because we were taught that, listen, I can go on and on about that, and I'm not about to, but I just had to put that out there.
So I actually didn't vote in those elections. I sat him out. I'm not particularly proud of that. I was in my 20s. I understand why many people are disillusioned from politics. I was disillusioned back then too. I voted for the Libertarian candidate back in 2004, and then I basically said, "Screw this. This is a. I have better things to do with my life. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I could care less about politics." Yeah. But then came back around to it later. But literally, that is now public record, actual false lie.
Yep.
Flat, bold-faced lie to the American people, say they won't give money. And so that proves the corruption. So that's the Ronnie McDaniel corruption. But then I decided when I was on stage, okay, I'm wasting too much time on this stuffed suit of a bureaucrat.
Hey, David said, I'm sick of politics. David, I'm sick of politics too, bro. I'm sick of politics too. But this ain't politics. What you hear on this channel is us. Okay, are they discussing politics? Yes. But the way that we approach it, we're approaching it from a common sense way of discussing the whole of it all. Like, that's what we're talking about. This is how the conversations should go, because we're trying to understand the nook and crannies of it all. You know what I mean? We want both sides. Like, if I had the perfect channel, listen to me, guys. I really want y'all to understand this part. The perfect channel for me would be, half liberals and half conservatives being able to talk some real sugar honey iced tea and make some real change. Right now, we are so against one another, and the liberals are just retarded. Excuse my French. That's not a French word, and it's not a curse word, but I had to say that because right now they are just accepting of anything, even if it ruins this country, and that makes absolutely no sense. It almost feels like they want us to die. It almost feels like they want us to be broke. It almost feels like they want this country to have a restart or something like that. Like, they are just so ready to be done with what we're doing right now and just have a restart. Jesus, come now, kill us all, and let's have a restart. That's how I'm feeling about the left right now. That's what I'm hearing about the left right now. Like, they will tell you that they love the people and we're for the people and this, that, and the other, but then they only make a lot of noise when the police kill a black man. They make no noise when a black man kill a black man, which happens every single day at mass. They don't care that all these black young dudes are just shooting each other up, robbing each other, slinging drugs, doing all these songs to encourage other people to do the exact same thing. But then when there's a mass shooting, they want to act like they're concerned all of a sudden. Oh, he must have used the AR-15. We need to go ahead and take away their guns because guns is the problem. And then Ben Crump shows up and be like, okay, come on, guys. Come on. It's a big game, and I'm tired of the games. I'm so tired of the games, man. I'm 45 years old. Based off of how quick people are passing away nowadays, I am like 15 years past middle age. People are dying from natural causes at 52, 54. Natural causes. Because of the things that we've gone through and the medicines that we had to take, and I'm not going to be specific, but we have teenagers, we have athletes. Just, come on, guys. I'm done with all of this, man. At some point, we got to start to have some real conversation. And if we don't, look, we just need to just be quiet and just take it. As they say to the smaller people who go to jail, That's another thing. I don't want to get locked up. I'm too small, man. I'm too small. I need to bulk up before I even consider doing something that'll get me locked up because man, it's just so much, bro. It's just so much, man. That's why I even decided to get back into politics. Hopefully, David, you're still here because I want you to understand that. That's the only reason why I decided to get back into politics because it's important to me that we have these conversations. Hold on one second. Hey, babe. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. That was my wife. I know. You're busy. You're in a live stream. Here's one thing that I do. I put God and family first before anything. And I love doing YouTube stuff. But if my family call me, I'm answering, bro. Period. I don't know what's going on. That's just how I am. Okay, here we go.
Running the RNC, let's focus on the real problem, which is the equivalent, the Ronna McDaniel of media. There's many of them. Kristen Welker, sitting right there from NBC News. And there's a connection between the two because who decides to put up the Kristen Welkers of the world to moderate a Republican debate? It's none other than the RNC, the failed establishment that Ronna McDaniel has run that's lost its last 4 major cycles relative to what it was supposed to do. So that same, it's almost proof sitting on that stage.
Vivek, back to
I don't
the
know if
money
people
question.
saw the rest of that. So that's why, I mean, it is almost, they're repeatedly proving my point based on the kind of debate they were hosting and the moderators they hired, to the things she's saying in the audience during the debate, to booing me during the debate, to now saying that false things on national
Who do you think
television.
would be a good RNC? Who would be a good RNC?
It's a good
names
question.
to-
Yeah. So so let's you
I
want to
think
brainstorm this.
Kirk said you would be somebody like you would be very good.
So Kirk said, look, I'm in this to be the president of the United States. And I
Right.
think that I can lead the country best from that position. But Charlie said that about me.
Yeah.
Well, I'll return the compliment to him. I think he could actually do a good job of it. I don't think it's
being the
crazy.
RNC.
I don't think it's crazy, actually. I mean, he's from a different generation.
They would not let him do it.
I mean, that's almost a credential. So whoever they shouldn't let do it, that should be a requirement for whoever does do it to actually get put in that place. I mean, Harmeet Dillon, very good. She ran against Ronna McDaniel. She's competent. She's a lawyer. She understands, and I think the lawyer thing helps because there's an element to running the elections in a way that's competitive, that you make sure it's actually run fairly for the Republicans to be able to compete. So Harmeet Dillon has a good background. There's this guy, Scott Pressler, who's, I don't know if he's a Republican activist. He's nowhere on the radar of the Republican National Committee, but he's a guy I've gotten to know, talked to him from time to time, tried to be very helpful in some of the other elections that have played out in the last couple of years, but a grassroots act.
He looked like he used to sing for he looked like he used to sing for Lincoln Park or something. Like that's what he looked like he's singing for. He looked like he's singing for Lincoln Park.
Activist that has actually focused on the way elections are run. So Scott Pressler, Harmeet
R.I.P. Chester.
Dillon. I mean, these are all good people. I mean, I assume Charlie wasn't serious when he suggested me, but I would say in the
I
similar
think
spirit.
I saw somewhere him saying, by the way,
Will you
did you
put a
have,
super
there's a
chat,
video of you
HBR?
talking to somebody. Were you talking to her or no? At the end of the debate, that's somebody else.
To my
Okay.
knowledge, I haven't talked to Ronna since after the debate. There's a lot of people piling in,
Got
so
it.
if she was
I
in
got
that
you.
throng screaming something
so let me-
senselessly.
All right, so guys, that conversation right there, obviously I said a lot more than I wanted to, and I probably pissed some people off while doing my little spiel. But at the end of the day, you're grown. And if your feelings got hurt, that's your business, all right? Just know that I don't do anything if it's not in good intent. And thank you so much, Rosemary Young. You are so dope. Thank you so much, guys, for the super chats. So if I pissed anybody off or made you upset, that was not my intent. But hey, you're gonna have to get over it because at the end of the day, you know what I mean? You can't allow just anything to hurt your feelings. You're gonna have to grow up and learn how to have conversations without getting too emotional. All right. That's the problem now. People are way, 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 way too emotional. And I apologize for taking a phone call just to be I was trying to be respectful to you all because I have a show here. I have a show going on. You don't see these guys on their podcast or anything taking phone calls from their family members. Their family members probably know that they're at work and they're not calling them because they respect them. But Maybe my wife just like, I know you down there working, but I got to ask you something. So I'm going to call you. You know, she's a black woman too. And if I try to ignore this possibility, I can get cut. I get cut when I go upstairs or go cussed out, and she got her neck all moving and she grabbing air and all that other stuff. I ain't got time for all that, be honest with you. But Rosemary, thank you so much for the super chat. I saw that. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And guys, this is for the men and women. We're about to check out another video. Do not leave before we check out this next one, because I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. But before we check it out, I got to do a commercial, okay? Bang Bang Tea. Have you ever heard of Bang Bang Tea? That right there. This is passion fruit right here. Bang Bang Tea. You take one of these bad boys, you put it in a little bottle of water, not a bottle this big, but just a regular sized bottle of water, Deer Park, whatever kind of water you drink, and you shake it up. Like you put it in there, you close it in, you shake it up, right? And you drink half of it. Let me tell you something. It works better than Viagra. It works better than Cialis. And the same effects that it have on a man, it has those same exact effects on a woman, okay? So whatever it takes for women to be better at the bang, 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 it does that for them, okay? I have so many returning customers who are women, so many returning customers who are men. I don't broadcast this a lot. If you go to my website, you'll see that I have Bang Bang Tea. I have people purchasing these by the tens, by the hundreds, and it's actually really good. Try it for yourself. Trust me on this, all right? So a lot of these other guys, they sell tea, they sell coffee, they sell merch. I sell adult beverage. I mean, this adult tea right here. This is adult tea, all right? Don't take this unless you're about to get some action, okay? I don't want you to be upset and you sitting down on the bed you sitting down on the couch looking at Netflix and you building a little tent in your sweatpants because you ain't got no action. I don't want to set you up like that, all right? So, yeah. All right, and also the last commercial I want to say, I am Van Hall Sr., and I am now a reactions coach. I am teaching people to start reaction channels and to do whatever ideas you may have in your head of content creation. I want to help you bring that to fruition. Okay. I do believe that I have the information to start it off and to help you get it started, even if it's a podcast or something. But one thing I will say this, I'm not in it and thank you again, Rosemary. I really appreciate you as well. For real. I do. And you using the resources in your pocketbook to help me out, that mean the world to me. I don't take it lightly. For everyone who has given a super chat, I do want to say that. But back to what I was saying. I'm coaching people because I'm coaching people on good things that I'm good at. I've been married for 25 years. My wife is still happy. She's probably the happiest she's ever been in her life. And it's not because of the Bang Bang Tea. It's simply because she's just in a good space in life right now. We both put God and family before anything. And our children are doing absolutely amazing because not from any fault of our own, but because we believe somebody prayed for us and somebody is praying for us and we pray as well. So I'm teaching people how to do whatever it is I'm good at, especially this internet stuff. So I want you to, if you're ever thinking about, like, I got an idea, I wanted to start a channel, but I didn't know where to start, or I started one, but it got stuck and I want to change directions, hit me up. Let's see if we can work together and go from there. All right. And I think it will be absolutely amazing. All right. So who else? Somebody else just now sent the super chat. Sheesh. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah. Snowden's right. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate you taking your resources and you helping us. You helping to provide to the LFR family. That's absolutely phenomenal. And C. Inwoke. Thank you so much for the super chat as well. I appreciate it. Y'all, it's just so dope. Thank you. All right, so we're moving on to our last story of the evening. Now, usually when I stop doing the reactions and I start talking about my product or I start talking about a service that I'm providing, people start leaving. I don't know how that works, but that's okay. All right, so this next story right here is about Biden. Apparently, he paid $900,000. Biden was paid $900,000 by the University of, is this Pennsylvania University? After the Pennsylvania Biden Center got $500,000 from a group with China ties. So, oh, wow. So is he, wait. Can you funnel money through a university for the president? Because that's the way I'm reading it. That's the way I'm reading it, man. For real. Wow, that's the way I'm reading it. That's crazy, man. That is nuts. Can he funnel money from a university? Please tell me that's not so. Because that's what it looked like. Look at this right here. I'm going to show y'all, man. 1 second. Let me put this up here. Hold on 1 second. I need to switch things up. All right. You see this right here? It says Biden was paid $900,000 by UPenn after Penn after the Penn Biden Center got $500,000 from a group with China ties. Says GOP lawmakers. So that's where we are right now. Wow, this is crazy. This is nuts. All right, so let's check it out, man. Let's see what it's about. Oh no, I'm still on Patrick.
Ms. Miller, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairwoman Fox, and thank you, Congresswoman Steele, for leading this important legislation. First of all, to my colleague on the left, he said he understood the intent of this legislation. Well, you are actually misrepresenting the intent. This is not about students. This is about money coming from nations that are a national security threat to us. This bill establishes a zero-tolerance policy toward nations that pose a national security threat, such as China and.
One thing. Before we continue, I just want to say this real quick. You guys have been showing me so much love for my son LFR JoJo's channel. You guys have been saying some amazing things about him. I really appreciate it. I think he's awesome too. I just want to let y'all know that I agree. I also think he's awesome. All right, so let's go.
Deal for leading this important legislation. First of all, to my colleague on the left, he said he understood the intent of this legislation. Well, you are actually misrepresenting the intent. This is not about students. This is about money coming from nations that are a national security threat to us. This bill establishes a zero-tolerance policy toward nations that pose a national security threat, such as China and Iran.
So China and Iran are giving money to the University of Penn. Okay, and then they're giving it to the Biden Center that's at University of Penn. And then that Biden Center is sending it to Joe Biden. Whose name is this under? Because as of late, we've been seeing that all of the different monies that's going to all these many accounts are going to granddaughters and daughters and sons and grandsons and nephews and nieces and great aunts. Everybody got their own account under a different LLC that's coming from China. Wow.
It requires full transparency if these adversarial nations contribute even a single dollar to any of our colleges or universities. During 2018 and 2019, Joe Biden's Penn Biden Center at the University of Pennsylvania received more than $500,000 from a group with ties to the Communist Party of China.
Come on, man, red flags. Come on, guys. You can't tell me that that's not a red flag. That's a red and a half flag, man.
The House Oversight Committee also discovered that the University of Pennsylvania paid Joe Biden $900,000 during this very same period.
Was he the president at the time? Because the university cannot pay the president $900,000 while he's the president, can they? Guys, please make this make sense. This is the only reason why I'm asking y'all, because y'all know these sorts of things. Make this make sense for me. Help me tie this in so I won't be looking at it as a conspiracy theorist. I would like to have a real understanding of, matter of fact, I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna read about it when I'm done with these videos. But this is wild, man. This is wow.
A new report yesterday by Barry Weiss also highlights that at least 200 American colleges and universities withheld information on $13 billion from foreign regimes, with much of that coming from the Middle East.
So it's not only University of Pennsylvania that's doing it, it's many other universities that's doing it, to the tune of $1.something billion. Come on, man. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Again, I'm not assuming. I'm going off of the information that she's saying. I didn't know that it was other universities that was doing it too. And they're all coming from like Asia. Come on, man.
Pro-Hamas groups have gained a foothold in our colleges, very sadly. And the colleges and universities raking in money from the Middle East appear to be ignoring Title VI while they allow Jewish students to be threatened and harassed on campus. H.R. 5933 holds taxpayer-funded colleges and universities accountable. It requires public disclosure of foreign gifts to individual staff and reveals foreign investments and endowments. We must protect students, universities, and our American values by eliminating foreign influence on college campuses. Again, I want to thank Congresswoman Steele and Chairwoman Fox, and I yield back.
That's pretty daggone. That's good information right there. Wow. Okay. Wow. Let me see. I got to do my Googles right quick. Got to do my Googles. Okay. Me to universities. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do my Googles on this right here, because this is nuts, man. This is a lot. If y'all have any information about this, please feel free to send it to me via email. If you have any information about this, because I would like to look more into this. Not sure why this one piqued my interest so much, but like they say, if you want to find some information out, you follow the money, right? That's what they say. And if any of this stuff is true, I'm smelling a new RICO charge for the president. That's what I'm smelling. Can you smell what the rock is cooking? Guys, I do want to say this. Thank y'all so much. Y'all hung out with me for a couple of hours. That means the world to me. This Saturday. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I don't care if you was watching it from your phone, TV, laptop, whatever. The fact that you hung out with me and you listened to me just ramble and watch the news and just have a good conversation with you guys, I appreciate that. So thank y'all so much. For everybody who modded the channel and helped me with the channel, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are so dope. All of my blues, thank you so much. I don't care if you was here earlier or if you pulled up late. Alicia Savage, she was there holding it down for a minute until the other guys showed up. I appreciate that. Lisa, Catalia 01010B18 fix. Listen, and Deb, thank you so much for pulling up and helping mod. I really appreciate it. That means the world to me. Hopefully the rest of your Saturday is dope. You do something fun. And also, if you get an opportunity, go onto my website, lfrfamily.com, and check out that Bang Bang Tea, baby. All right. Don't forget also, if you want to grow online or something, you want to do something social media wise, hit me up. Or if you just don't know, hit me up and I'll help you figure it out. I'll probably nudge you toward that so that you can be one of my clients. But other than that, love y'all, man. Y'all keep on fighting the good fight, okay? Yeah, I used to think that people was weird simply because I did not understand them. Thank you so much for the super chats, Efo, and for everybody else that submitted a super chat as well. I really appreciate it. Y'all are so dope. Y'all are so dope. I'll see y'all on the next broadcast. And we are back, baby. Please let people know that we are back. The only way you can do that is by sharing our videos. Go watch some of the videos that we posted today and yesterday. Watch them bad boys. And if you don't feel like watching them right now, just share them on YouTube, share them on Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever the case may be. But either way, we need to let people know that Van and the LFR family are back. Love y'all, man. Y'all take care of each other. And more than anything, you take care of yourself. When you walk past a mirror, you show love to yourself, okay? I don't care what you believe you look like. That does not matter. It's not about that, because we are as tiny as ants when it comes to our level of importance personally, just one-on-one. But just like ants, if we work together and we stay vigilant, we can get some things done. All right? And that's what I would like to do on this channel. We need to work together. All right? Let them other people fight. Well, we'll still fight. We just need we need to get our stuff together before we get out there and fight. All right, guys. See y'all on the next broadcast. Y'all take it easy. Love on your family.